Buddy, welcome to Math 2010. My name is Jaylee Willis, and I will be the instructor for this course. So one thing to know about this course is that it is a math course. Sometimes people think because it's math for elementary education that it means that I'm going to be teaching you how to teach your students math. But that is not the purpose of this class. You will be taking a math methods course later on in your program during the block. But the purpose of this class is to make sure that you understand the mathematical principles that underlie all of the concepts that you're going to be teaching in elementary school, or at least some of them. This is a two-part course, so you'll also be taking Math 2020 later on, which will help you with that as well. So it is a math course. So if you're working through your homework and you're like, I never learned this in elementary school, like, I'm never going to teach this to my students, you're right. But the concepts that we are learning will help you understand like the deeper math that underlies the math that you will be teaching your students. So that's kind of the purpose of this course. So let's go ahead and go through the syllabus together. So this is my contact information. I do work on campus, so even though this is an online class, I do have in-person office hours if you guys want to stop by. Or if you don't live in Cedar City or these times don't work for your schedule, we can meet via Zoom and you can sign up for an appointment here. And if any of the times don't work for you on that schedule, you're always welcome to email me and we can set up another time to meet. Let's see. Course materials. The book that you'll need to purchase is Mathematics for Elementary Teachers, the 10th edition by Musser. If you haven't got this book yet, I will be providing the first chapter that we'll be working from via email. I'll send you guys the link to that so that you can still do your homework even if you don't have the textbook yet. So the way that course will be graded is there's 5% of your grade will be determined by videos and homework. So in the videos, I basically go through the concepts that are taught in each chapter of your book. So if you look at what's taught in the book and what I teach on the videos, they're pretty much the same thing. I just know that I personally learn a lot better with auditory instruction. And so I've made videos for each section of the textbook that we'll be working through. And then after you have watched the videos and read the textbook for that section, then you'll complete your homework assignments. So the way that I grade the homework assignments is basically just based on completion, because all of the answers for the homework problems are in the back of the book. And you should use that as a resource to help you check your answers and make sure you really understand all of the topics that are covered in those assignments. And you can submit homework assignments late if you need to, up until the due date of the quiz that corresponds to those homework assignments. So the majority of your grade comes from the quizzes and tests, because only 5% of your grade comes from the videos and homework. So the quizzes will happen about 7 times in the course, and they have several short questions on them. For most of the quizzes, you'll have 20 minutes, although there was, I think, one quiz that some of my previous classes had a hard time finishing within 20 minutes. So I might extend some of them, but in general, you'll have 20 minutes to complete each quiz, and you'll have 1 attempt to complete that quiz. And the quizzes and tests cannot be submitted late. So if you need a little bit of flexibility on your homework, that's fine. As long as you finish it by the due date of the corresponding quiz, you're fine. But quizzes and tests do need to be submitted on time. So there's 7 quizzes, which are in total worth 15% of your grade. And then we have 4 tests in the course and 1 final exam. So the tests are worth 20% of your grade, and you'll have 1 hour to complete those tests. And I'll send you guys out more information about how Proctorio works once we get closer to that. But those tests are worth 60% of your grade, and then there's a comprehensive final exam that's worth 20% of your grade. So the best way to prepare for that final is to make sure you really understand the concepts on the test well. And the best way to prepare for the tests is to make sure you're doing well on the quizzes. And the homework is ultimately where you learn those concepts to be prepared for all of the assessments. So that's the way that the grade will be determined. I think that's everything I wanted to mention on that. So let me look at the calendar with you guys really quick so you can kind of see how that's structured. So I've set it up so that the homework and quizzes are due on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You're welcome to work ahead if you would like to. But they are due on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then the tests will usually be due on Fridays. So that's kind of the rhythm of how our schedule works. And again, the homework is graded on participation, but you do want to make sure you invest a significant amount of time into those assignments because those are what are going to prepare you for the quizzes and the tests. So I think that's pretty much it for this course. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, I'm always happy to meet with you during my office hours, or we can set up a Zoom appointment if you'd prefer that. And I'm really looking forward to an awesome semester with you guys.